there, you are watching Newspaper Review on Niger Live Television, reaching you from Bielsa's capital city, Yenagoa. My name is Barbie, Mkparu. Newspaper Review is your daily press review, as we will be checking out headlines making the papers. We'll begin quickly with the Vanguard newspaper. Federal government to review 70,000 naira minimum wage. That's a statement from the Chief of Staff to President Tinubu. His name, Femi Gbagyebiamila. I've been trying to rehearse the name, but that's the Chief of Staff to the President. He's saying that federal government is to review 70,000 naira minimum wage. For details of that story, ensure you check out page 13 of the Vanguard newspaper. Let's check out another story, another headline rather, on the Vanguard newspaper. Xenophobia. Federal government repatriates 66 more Nigerians from South Africa. You know, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, on the distinguished leadership of its minister, Honorable Bianca Odumegu Ojukwu. They've been able to get Nigerians in South Africa back to Nigeria. So, from reports for today, federal government repatriates 66 more Nigerians from South Africa. Check out details of that story as it is available in page 9 of the Vanguard. Let's check out the Punch newspaper. Oh, there's a sad story here. 188 dies, 1,500 injured in Venezuela earthquake disaster. Yeah, sadly, there's an earthquake that hit Venezuela. Sadly, reports are now showing that 188 persons have sadly lost their lives and 1,500 persons currently injured. So, for details of that story, ensure you read through page 9 of the Punch. Lagos building collapse. Death toll reaches 8. 26 rescued. Stories available on page 4 and 5 of the Punch newspaper. To the Guardian. Posers over ex-governor's push for legislative seats. Alright, quite an interesting story, an interesting headline. Check out details on page 4 and 5 of the Guardian newspaper. Appeal court to hear ADC authors suit against deregistration July. You know, initially we had gotten information about the court, not the Supreme Court though, being ordering INEC to deregister the ADC and some other political parties. So the appeal court is to hear the African Democratic Congress as well as other political parties suit against deregistration in July. For details of that story, ensure you check page 7 of the Guardian newspaper. Let's move on to the Daily Sun. A top story here: IPOB raises Kanu's conviction at U.S. Civil Society Forum. That's IPOB raises Kanu's conviction at U.S. Civil Society Forum. Check out details as the story is available in the Daily Sun newspaper. Oba of Benin constitutes traditional security network to tackle banditry in Edo State. Quite an impressive move from the Oba of Benin, as he constitutes traditional security network so as to tackle and curb banditry in Edo State. Let's move on to the Daily Trust newspaper. 7 residents, 2 cops killed in Katsina and Kaduna. That's quite a sad story there, but do well to read through details as it is available in the paper. Motorists demand cheaper petrol as crude price falls. Yes, that's it's important that you do, because the prices of crude have now reduced. So motorists are demanding a cheaper petrol. For details, ensure you read through the paper. 2027, Jega 6 amendment to Electoral Act. Atahiru Jega, that's the one-time INEC chairman, But for details, ensure you read through details of that story. To the New Telegraph. International insurgency fueling Nigeria's security crisis. NA research prof is saying that international insurgency is fueling Nigeria's security crisis. Quite a statement there, but for details you'd have to check out the New Telegraph newspaper. For leadership, the leadership paper, we see a story, see a statement here. We will approve state police bill. That's the speakers of, that's a statement from the speakers of State House of Assemblies. Right, that they will approve state police bill. Another story, Dangote cuts petrol gantry price to 1,125 naira per liter. I mean, from a whooping of 1,100. It was more expensive than this, but Dangote has now cut it into 1,125 from the initial amounts. But for details, check out the paper. The Nation newspaper. CBN orders freeze of accounts linked to terrorism financing. That's an interesting move from the Central Bank of Nigeria, as they order freeze of accounts linked to terrorism financing. We just hope that they carefully check so that innocent persons don't get affected by these accounts freezing. But they're doing it so as to curb the rising insecurity and terrorism attacks, because no funds, no banditry. They wouldn't be able to plan properly, of course, to execute the activities. So that's a move from the Central Bank of Nigeria, a very, very commendable one. Let's move on to the Nigerian Tribune. We're going to conclude with the Nigerian Tribune. Local government autonomy, state police, stakeholders put governors on the spot. Yes, everyone is now putting the governors on the spot, because the state governors had initially said that if state policing bill be passed, they believe they would be able to handle protecting their citizens. Of course, there still will be the Nigeria police force, but there should still be state police. So local government of autonomy and state police stakeholders are now putting governors on the spot. For details of all of these stories, do well to check out the papers. But don't forget that Niger Live TV is always here to keep you updated on stories. My name is Barbie Mkparu. Thank you for watching.